Shelby County Supervisors is Tuesday, December 3rd. Have any conflicts on the agenda today, guys?
None.
Okay. Any changes to the agenda, Mark?
No, sir.
Have a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Chance to look over the minutes from March 19th. Any changes, Mark? Corrections?
No.
Have a motion to approve the March 19th minutes as presented.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Bryce, second by Charlie. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Chance to look over the claims for the month.
Yep.
Questions?
Motion.
Okay. Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce to approve the current claims as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Next on the agenda, Carolyn Boone, treasurer. Have some abatements there, Carolyn. Good morning.
Good morning, Harlan. How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
So the first one is, and this is a little bit, it's just like some of the other ones.
I know what I said.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Or mine, whatever.
So this is a mobile home down in Westridge Acres that they are going to be getting rid of, and we issued them in our motor vehicle department. We issued them a junking certificate here just a few weeks ago that they had paid the taxes for September. They came in and did that, and then now we are requesting the abatement for the March 2025 taxes in the amount of $54 since that mobile home is going to be removed from the park.
Okay.
Standard and simple. We've done these before, but if you have any questions,
Do you want to do them separately?
that's up to you. The other one is a different type of situation, so.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the mobile home tax abatement?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. Guys, have any other questions about it?
No.
Pretty straightforward. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, court order tax abatement.
The second one is, let me take one and pass around, please. This is for a house in Defiance which suffered a fire.
Okay.
And if you'll look on the court order on the bottom of page 2, so on the back side there, and going in onto page 3, the third page, further orders, judge and decree that title of the property is, and then with the legal description, is awarded to the city of Defiance, Iowa, free and clear of any claim, lien, or encumbrance held by any defendant. And Shelby County, of course, was listed as a defendant because of property taxes owing on that. So city of Defiance would be taking that free and clear of any property taxes that are owing on it.
Okay. Marcus, you have anything to add to that?
No,
Yeah, and I had emailed Mark this on
Yeah,
this,
we
along
talked-
I see
with
that.
the group
I
of
just
you.
wanted to make sure
Yes.
if there's anything else.
no, that's
Okay.
pretty standard, I think.
Okay. And let's see. So is that for the total amount?
Total amount for the full year amount, correct.
Okay. Okay.
And that includes interest on there. The tax statement that you have before you includes interest to date.
Okay. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the court order tax abatement up in Defiance?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Depository resolution changes?
Correct. So this is something that we usually review annually, the first of the year, but because Town Country Credit Union has changed names to Community First Credit Union, effective December 1st is my understanding. Here's last year's minutes, just so that you kind of have an idea of what it is that you're reviewing. Just because of the name change, Town and Country Credit Union is now Community First Credit Union. And so I wanted our depository resolution to reflect that new name on it, since it's effective now rather than waiting until January to do this.
What I did was write a brand new resolution for the same $6 million.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
the amounts should all be the same. I just wanted,
I just
like I
put
said,
a
the
brand
records
new
to reflect that new
resolution.
name.
All right. So the only change we're making is ownership.
Just the name of this credit union. from one
Anything
to-
else?
No, everything else I think we are in compliance with, and everything else is fine.
It'll get passed again in a month for
Yeah.
the new year.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a motion to approve the depository resolution change?
Second.
Motion by Bryce, second by Charlie. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Pretty,
That's easy.
yeah.
Everything was pretty
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 easy
painless.
today, yes. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
West Central Developer Report. Wendy, good morning.
Hi.
Morning.
What's new with you?
Well, you know, busy as ever.
Same stuff, different day, right?
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Okay, so thank you for letting me come speak today. I appreciate it. West Central is asking the same amount of funding as last year, which is $3,500. That funding is used for a variety of things, outreach services, which include administrative and direct costs, any local match that we might have, and support any additional funding needs for programs that serve Shelby County residents. I really would like to thank Charlie. He serves as our board president and has for a number of years, and does a great job, and he's very supportive. So just really appreciate him being on our board. So I've given you a packet of information. I'm just going to highlight a few things. These are the services that we provided during fiscal year '24. We served 512 unduplicated households, which consisted of over 1,100 individuals. Of those households that we served, 43% were single-person households, 61% had an income below 100% of the federal poverty guideline, 37% were on a fixed monthly income, 43% were between the ages of 18 and 59 years of age, and 57% of households rent their home. So if we go on to services that start on page 3, Head Start. Yeah,
Stop you
go
there.
ahead, yeah.
Is that a trend going one way or the other as far as renting your property?
This has been a trend forever.
Stays about
Yep,
that
stays about
50
the
to
same.
60?
Yep, absolutely, and that's in all our 10 counties.
Okay.
So
I'm just
it's,
curious.
yep, it's a trend across the 10 counties that we serve in Southwest Iowa.
So we probably don't have enough rental property.
Correct,
Okay.
especially low income.
Okay.
So Head Start, promotes school readiness for children ages 3 to 5 in low-income families. They offer a variety of educational, nutritional, and health services. We operated 2 Head Start classrooms here in Shelby County, one right here in Harlan that serves the 12 children at our own classroom, and then we had one partnership with the Harlan Community School District, which served a total of 16 children. Early Head Start. So Early Head Start supports low-income infant, toddlers, and pregnant women. We operate center-based option right here in Harlan, and that serves a total of 16 children. Child care resource and referral. This program really assists families, helping them get child care who best meets their needs. They also work with home providers and centers to participate in the quality rating system, and they also provide trainings and work with communities to help solve child care issues. And we had a decrease of 1% of total spaces and no change for the total number of child care programs, which is good. Child and adult care food program. This program really promotes good nutrition, positive eating habits in children who are registered with family child care homes. We had 52 children who were enrolled at one home provider that participated in CACFP. Weatherization. This program helps low-income households increase their energy efficiency and save on their fuel costs. 2 households received over $48,000 worth of services here in Shelby County. Then we have LIHEAP, which is our energy assistance program, which helps households with the payment of their winter heating costs. We had 356 households that received assistance over $177,000. We also offer ESIP, or emergency crisis money. That helps with service continuity, disconnects, and furnace repairs if needed. We had 37 households for over $16,000. And then our food pantry, households and individuals residing right here in Shelby County can access that up to 6 times per year. And we assisted 213 households and 512 individuals. And then the FADS program, or Family Development and Self-Sufficiency, that program works with families who have children and are 175% or below the poverty guideline. The FADS specialists really provide comprehensive case management services to help participants meet their goals, to help move them on the path of self-sufficiency. And we had 4 families that benefited from that program. And then page 7 just shows the program dollars, or the value that go directly to their clients or local vendors, which totaled over $1 million this last year. And page 8 shows the admin and delivery costs. You know, we try to keep our admin costs under 5% and delivery under 20, and we accomplished both of those things, which is good. And then the last page is just a summary. As you can see, over $1.2 million worth of services were provided by West Central Community Action to Shelby County residents. Just also want to thank the generous donors in Shelby County who donate to our outreach offices. They're wonderful, and we couldn't do it without their support. And again, on behalf of myself, the employees, and the board, thank you for your continued support of our programs. So we appreciate it.
I'm glad to have you guys right in our backyard. So
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
So, yeah,
Wendy does a good job. She's got a good staff.
yeah. Thank you.
I have a question for you,
Yep,
off this a little bit.
yeah,
With the tornado,
yeah.
you guys administered that state
State.
relief program, and you and I talked this summer, and at that time, nobody from our county qualified. Is that still
One
that way
person.
today?
One person, one person, one person. And that's still not finalized. And,
That was April 26th.
yep, so, one person.
The state has some work to do there too.
Yeah, and once FEMA takes over, then we're out of it. So that storm was, because you got multiple declarations, state
Right.
declarations, but once, and
Right.
that one household is not from the tornado. That's from the other storm that happened in June. And so once FEMA is declared in a county, the state assistance stops. There's nothing we can do, we don't
Right.
do anything,
Okay.
yeah, so.
So from the tornado, there was zero.
Zero, because we can't. There was no financial assistance provided through the state, because once FEMA is declared, the state,
It's just sad when you hear the media and
Yeah.
you hear the radio and all, there's all this
the communication.
relief out there at the state level.
The communication is not accurate.
Okay.
And I've harped on that. I actually sit on a state task force with Homeland Security to help redesign the disaster program at the state level. Not sure how well that's going. And to be honest with you, our agency, because all 16 community action agencies administer the state program. Our contract is up in June 30 of 2025, and West Central will not be renewing that contract. So that's how strongly I feel about how it is not.
Not working.
No, and what we have to realize too is, like, in a community action like us, we have 10 counties. We had 22 disaster declarations in 7 FEMA this summer alone. We don't have the capacity to do it, even if we wanted to, because of all the households that it affected. But yeah, we had 22 state and 7 FEMA, so it's.
Well, the sad thing is when you have, like our county, you have $95 million in damage.
Right.
What would it take for somebody to qualify?
Right, well, and the disaster program is at the state, how it is set up, is 200% below the property. That's what helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, changes are definitely needed to be made. I've always offered my help to help do that.
Yeah,
So, but like I said, I am sitting on the state. I've been asked, and I have been providing my opinions and guidance. Whether that will help or change
Right.
anything in the future, I'm not so
So
sure.
if you have any more of those meetings, tell them you should come out and talk to the people
Yeah.
that were involved.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, the disaster program is something that, yeah, we aren't renewing it, and I've been adamant
Okay.
about that, so
Well, if it
unfortunately.
doesn't help anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
A lot of resources.
right. And like I said, when FEMA comes in, then it's all for naught. Now, we still do offer, they'll say, disaster case advocacy, which is case management services. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants the monetary assistance, which I
Right.
understand that. That's what it's designed to do, but
Well, they want to get their
unfortunately.
lives back together.
Right, but once FEMA comes in, then the state is over, it trumps it, but we had a rough summer, so it was, a lot of people were devastated in a lot of our counties, and so we've been trying to do everything we can, and we're still working. Right now, it's Monona County primarily. We still have several households in there that we're assisting with disaster case assistance, individual disaster assistance money, so, but the stuff keeps getting extended because insurance companies, we have to work with them, and
Right.
just getting all of that
Right.
is a very slow and tedious
Yes, it
process.
is. We're still dealing with
Yes.
insurance claims ourselves at the county.
Yes, so, they just keep extending it, and hopefully we'll get it through, but,
We have helped, quite a few counties with individual disaster assistance, but like I said, once a FEMA declaration is declared, there's nothing we can do monetarily, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks for
All
coming
right,
today.
yeah, no
It's a nice
problem.
way.
So,
Thank you.
yes, I appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it.
and
Take
yes,
care.
Bye-bye, thank
Okay.
you.
Next on the agenda, Family Crisis Center report. Morning, ladies. Pull up a chair. Good. Good, how are you? Ask you to introduce yourself.
Sorry about the chairs.
No, you're
You're
fine.
just fine. My name is Lindsay Wilson,
Lindsay.
And I'm Angela Morking.
and we are in the Homicide and Violent Crime Division, Family Crisis Centers. First of all, we want to thank you for your donation last year. I believe you guys received a letter from...
What opioid?
No, we
No.
are advocates for homicide and violent crime.
Okay.
And we also do, not in this area, but up north, we also do domestic violence services. And then we do the statewide hotline,
Okay.
the crisis line.
Basically, what we do is we work with the families and victims of any crime, violent crime, homicide, survivors of homicide. We provide the in-home services, which is a little bit different than like what a victim witness coordinator would provide in the courthouse, because we actually go into the homes, we get them signed up for crime victim compensation, we go to the criminal justice proceedings with them, explain everything that's going on. A lot of times it's explaining to them, okay, now we're gonna hurry up and wait, and just kind of keeping them calm. Things take time with the criminal justice system. Answer any questions that they have. A lot of times law enforcement or maybe the county attorney might be overloaded with a lot of questions, and we can help answer some of those questions. We can help deflect some of that I don't know how to better say it, but kind of the bombardment of questions that they might have. Letting them know that everything is on track, everything is how it's supposed to be. Also explaining the different things that are happening. In addition to what, kind of like surface counseling. Well, we'll do our own, trying to get them through the tough times. I guess one way to put it is kind of bringing our calm to their chaos. But also referring out, like get them to therapists that they need to see. Get them to maybe any resources that will help out regarding housing, food, whatever it is that they might need.
Because a lot of times when people go through stuff, they end up, if they have injuries or things like that and they're unable to work, then we kind of are able to help connect them to other community resources as well. And we're the go-to kind of oftentimes between law enforcement or county attorney and the victims.
Well, that's good you're there.
Yeah, it's usually the most difficult
Yeah.
time for people, so it's
Yeah.
all the
Help
other
connect
things
the
people don't
dots.
want to talk about. But it's usually the time they need the help the most.
We've increased our victims. I think it was like 6 last year. We more than doubled it this year. In addition to the same with the calls, the crisis calls for this area, for Shelby County. The cases range from everything, just to give you some examples, from homicide to, it might be sexual abuse, it might be like a motor vehicle, somebody was drunk driving and somebody got hurt, stuff like that, robberies. I don't think there's been any robberies here, but just it's a wide range of crimes. We don't do all of the domestic violence and sexual abuse or sexual assault because Catholic Charities has this area. So we kind of do a trickle over. If they need help with something, then we can certainly help assist them. But our go-to, if we get a client right away, is like, all right, we're going to hook you up with Catholic Charities. And then if they need further assistance, then we'll assist them as well. So it's kind of, we're not going to turn anybody away for services, as long as we want to make sure that all the victims of crime get services.
Certainly takes a village sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
No.
No, I think you covered it pretty good.
Glad you're here to provide, you know.
We're glad to be.
Where's your office?
Our office is in Council Bluffs. Yep. But we travel to any of the lower southwest 12 counties. We, like she said, we attend all the legal proceedings, if they have depositions, things like that as well. Sentencings, we go to parole hearings sometimes when the offenders are up for parole, so we don't necessarily go away after the crime's committed. We kind of help them for the long haul.
Okay.
So how do people get your number or whatever? Do law enforcement?
We get a lot from law enforcement. Sometimes it's county attorneys.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just community resources. Other resources in the community, we kind of refer to each other, so.
Okay.
We try
Do you have
to-
any connection at all with the Southwest Iowa Mental Health Region? Do you work with them at all?
We've referred to them just for resources, and we participate in different interagency meetings, so I know that they're in the Cass County one. I don't know if they're in the one here.
Okay.
There's so many people at some of those meetings, and it's like, oh,
Okay.
who
Yeah,
are you?
They service a 9-county area.
Right,
Which is
right.
gonna get redistricted here come July 1, so,
Okay.
and we don't know exactly what that looks like, so.
Right.
Okay.
They have an office out of Adair, don't they, I think?
Not, well, there might be, but for a
Right.
different region,
Right,
not for
okay.
our region. Our region
Okay.
is stationed out of Council Bluffs,
Okay,
in
okay,
Pot County,
right, okay.
okay?
Yeah, because we see them at some of the other community,
Yeah.
we do community events a lot, so I know we see them there in Council.
We see the booths
Yeah.
and go and get the little, here, let me get your pen.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any requests or anything?
Nope,
No?
the only request that we have is, I think last year we asked for $750 and this year we're asking for $1,000.
Okay.
Okay. Our numbers.
Fiscal year 26.
Yes.
We'll, we ain't started our budget yet,
Sure.
so we'll put that request in, and Mark will note that, and then the board will get back to you. Okay?
Great.
Is that all right with everybody?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
Okay,
And
thanks.
if you guys do think of any
Okay.
questions or
Yep.
have anything for us, we are always happy to answer them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Have a great day. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Next on the agenda, department head reports. I've asked Alex to come today because it's been about 10 days ago or so. Suzanne Miller from Potawatomi County Supervisor reached out to me, wanted to know if we had any 911 problems in the Shelby area as far as radio reception. I know when we put our towers up, one of the options we looked at to address the Shelby tenant area was maybe a tower in Tenant, if I remember right. We chose not to do that to see maybe if this could handle it. Finding out the Shelby tenant for us, Avoca, Walnut, BB Town in that area, not good.
Correct.
And so Suzanne wanted to know if we could start conversations with a partnership possibility with Pot, Shelby, and Harrison County. And she reached out to Harrison County and they were open to it too. I guess one option could be there's a rural water tower, a new one, a fairly new one, I guess, over by BB Town. They maybe could lease for them. And I suggested Alex talk with Doug, the EMA director down in Pot, and so I'll let him take over from there. But that's where we're at with this.
Yeah, so basically Pot County has historically, they've been on, at least since I've been around, they call the Orion system, which is Omaha's radio system, and they built their whole county in Pot County to use that. It's so they're thinking about going to ISIX, which is what we have, the 700 megahertz system, and the rest of the state of Iowa. They would have to redo their whole infrastructure on all their towers to support that and possibly put more towers up. It's frankly something that we've all wanted them to do for a long time, and we're happy that they're thinking about doing it because we do interact and have mutual aid calls with Pot County quite a bit. and vice versa, they come up here and help us with stuff, and it would just make things easier. So, as Steve said, I know I had a few conversations with Doug Reed. It sounds like they're not officially moving to this system yet. Pot County's not. They're just in serious discussions.
With
on-
Motorola?
Correct, yep, with the ISICs and Motorola and all that. They haven't committed to anything, but they're leaning that way. And they wanted to know kind of, it wouldn't be a make or break deal, but could we all go in together to maybe do a tower in that area? And regardless, I think, so in talks with Doug Reed, they're having a meeting today. And Motorola is really pushing them, saying that if you sign before December 31st, you'll be in the new price, or you won't be in the new price range. And yeah, that's a tactic that Motorola likes to do, is they'll say, hey, there's a price increase coming up, so we need you to sign now.
They all do that.
Yeah, so I don't, they're working on that part, but right now, the last tower I saw cost about $1.5 million to build. That's a green site, brand new tower, everything all together. So if you split that 3 ways, that's kind of what I think Pot County's looking for. And it would improve. So when we looked at doing towers, we were gonna put up one up in the Rosno timber area, northwest of Erling. Woodbine has put up a tower, and that's improved that coverage. And then Elkhorn, we've looked at putting one on the water tower down there. Audubon has put up a tower, and
Oh, they did?
yes, in Hamlin, so that's improved coverage over there. So this is really the last section of the county that we have deficiencies in for radio coverage. So it would make it almost 100%.
Okay.
And also, I talk with Doug on a weekly basis anyway about stuff going on with FEMA and everything. So this is just another topic we can discuss, and I'll keep you guys updated as it moves forward.
So it's nothing that's going to happen real quickly?
No, I would say if they do sign and decide to go it, yeah, I'd feel comfortable saying this is at least 1 or 2 year project, because they're going to have to redo their entire infrastructure to be operational on it, not just add new towers. So I think it would be a good idea, regardless if Pot County doesn't do it, to still look at saving money to put a tower up in that area if it's not on a sharing agreement. But that's just my recommendation.
Well, if they're willing to share, that makes the most sense.
I think that's the
It's
most
just
ideal.
get creative with funding, what that looks like.
Right, I think that's the ideal way to do it. I just don't
Yeah.
want this to be a 2 year process with them and not go through, and then we're 2 years behind saving for a tower in that area.
Right. Okay. You have anything else on your end?
Just working through FEMA stuff.
Did that PA ever get settled?
For which one?
The public assistance part?
So we're still in the process of it. I'm on the planning, or I'm on the decision makers for the golf course, the city of Portsmouth, and then my office, because we've done it before and none of the other two have done it. Well, conservation has, but just to kind of help with the process. I know mine, I meet with them every week, so 3 times a week for each applicant. They're roughly 2 to 3 hour meetings, so it's very long and tedious, and they want to know where the GPS coordinates were for each burn pile were, and just all kinds of stuff. So it's been exhausting, but we're getting through it. For us, for my office, the towers have already been repaired, and it's all completed work, so they said it should be within 6 months that we get reimbursement for that. I think our deductible on it was about 20%, or 20,000, excuse me, and FEMA will cover 75% of that. So it'll be much more of an easier.
They'll cover 75% of the 80%, or 75%?
75% of our deductible FEMA will cover.
Or deductible.
Right. So it was about 20,000, so we're looking at, is that $15,000 roughly? That will cover, which we had a $500 deductible on each tower, minus the wind and hail thing. So it'll be closer to what the deductible was anyway. And it's much easier for my budget to absorb a $5,000 purchase than $20,000. So other than that, just doing budget they're starting on budgets, getting year-end reports done for 911 and evaluations done for all the employees and the typical office stuff along with FEMA and everything else.
Yep. Okay. Well, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Alex.
Yep, thanks.
Any other department heads out there? No? Okay. Supervisors report? Guys have anything?
Nothing new and exciting.
No, I don't have anything either.
I got a couple things. One, with the intervention of the 9 counties we have involved with the CO2 pipeline summit. Later today, I have a meeting with attorneys and some legislators and get an update of where we are with the judicial review. Last week, we had oral arguments, federal court on our lawsuit ordinance. I thought it went very well. I'm cautiously optimistic. You never know, but I thought the attorney did very well at hitting on the points where we feel the district court judge erred in her ruling and where county ordinances stand in the state of Iowa. So,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Our ratings, it should work.
That's all I have on that. Remind all the department heads, evaluations are due, is it December 13th on that Friday, Mark?
Yes.
I'm sure that's done. And Marcus is finishing up county care lease, which should be on the agenda for the 17th. Okay?
Yeah, I don't have the original piece, so all I can do is make comments, but I don't know who wrote up the original piece.
Okay. Would you reach out to Kathy?
I did.
Okay.
She sent me a PDF, so I don't
Okay.
know,
Okay.
not sure who did that.
So,
I'll see what I can find.
okay. Okay.
Didn't you give him your copy?
I never had one.
Oh, okay.
Just, I had some correspondence with Kathy about getting moving on it, and we talked about some liability, and that looks okay. So it's just the idea of getting it finalized and
Yep.
get to us. I don't see any problems with it.
Yeah, I didn't see any problems with it.
Okay. That's all I got for now. Todd Lean, Shelby County Chamber report. Morning, Todd.
Good morning.
Todd?
Morning.
Hope you're all doing well.
How are you this morning?
I'm finally thawed out from Saturday night. I think
But that was a little chilly.
it was. I want to thank the city of Harlan and the volunteer fire department. They always help us out, bring Santa up on the square and stuff and help us get the tree lit. And the families that came out appreciated that. And it was a little chilly, but then I kept reminding people if I told them that was going to be the weather on January 17th, they'd be very happy with that. So it's just relative. But that all went well. I've just got a few calendar notes for you, starting with this Saturday, because talking with Santa on Saturday night, he'll be back here Saturday morning, and we'll be running over to Elkhorn to be there with kids from 9 to 9:30 at the library. Then we'll be up in Irwin at their library from 10 to 10:30. We'll be at the Panama Fire Hall from 11 to 12. We'll be at St. Joseph's Parish Hall in Erling from 2 to 3. The American Legion building in Portsmouth from 3 to 3:30. And then we'll wrap it all up at the old post office in Tenet from 4 to 5. And that's always a blast because the entire town comes on over and we have some food with them, and it's always great. So if you want to make one of those at one in Tenet from 4 to 5 is always.
You call this a whirlwind through the county?
It's a run through the county, definitely is, but want to make sure that we get Santa out to all the towns and give all the kids a chance to see him, yeah. Couple of other items to take note of. There's going to be a Light Up the Holidays event at the Shelby Fire Hall. That's going to be on December 7th from 11 to 2. And they have a lot of special gifts for kids. They'll have Santa, they'll have wagon rides, a lot of different things going on there. Also on the 7th, we have the Shelby County Historical Museum. Now they'll have their Christmas open house. And so, the cabins have just gotten redone. So if people want to go visit that from 1 to 4 and see that. Then on Wednesday, December 11th up in Panama, we'll have a bloodmobile from noon to 6, and that'll be at St. Mary's Parish Center. People can call DD at 712-489-2891 if they want to make an appointment for that. And then finally, our last visit from Santa, because he just loves Shelby County, so he comes back all the time. And I have him Thursday, December 12th, he'll be in the cabins themselves from 5 to 7 over at the Historical Museum. So what they do there is they decorate those cabins like they would have been decorated in the 1800s. And so families can come, visit Santa, get their picture taken with Santa inside the cabin, and that's always a lot of fun. So yeah, just a lot of, like I said, a lot of calendar items we have this month to help get Santa moved around, get everybody a chance to check him out. There's a lot of open houses for banks and things going on, so just, you know, look at our Did You Know email that we send out on Friday, or visit the Facebook page, and we update all that stuff there too. Any questions?
No?
No?
Nope.
All right.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Todd. Secondary road report, and including approval, consideration of M16 bid letting, and review of safety action plan. Chris, good
Good
morning.
morning.
Hi, Chris.
Morning.
How is everyone?
Good.
How are you?
Swell.
No mud out there today?
No mud. Well, frozen mud. First off, I'll give you all a copy of this
Thank you.
to review. Mark that one too. What it is a document that goes with the safety action plan that the County Engineers Association's been putting together. They've hired an engineering firm to go around every county and put together a list of possible projects for safety improvements. And this will all be dependent on federal funding, but it gets our foot in the door to present for federal funding for these projects. So what this is, it's just asking for board support and county support for this grant. And I can read it if we need to, but
Have we used this grant in the past?
we have not. It's a brand new,
Okay.
or it allows us to seek grant opportunities is what it does.
Is this related to the training we did?
The safety action plan, yes. This goes along with that. Once it's done, everything will be compiled, and Shelby County will have a safety action plan of safety improvements
For county roadways.
for county roadways.
Yeah.
Yes. So like I say, this just gets support from the board for this
Right.
going forward. And it states in here, but in 2022, the board did pass a resolution to go ahead and
Get started.
get started with this plan. So
Right.
this just reaffirms that is all it does.
Yep.
So all I'd like is just a general approval from the three of you that says, you know, we support this, and if grants become available, obviously the road
Yes.
department will apply, and we will seek that to improve safety on the roads.
Okay.
I propose a motion to approve.
Okay. Motion by Charlie,
Second.
second by Bryce to approve the safety action plan. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thanks for
Sign
bringing that
this,
to our
or-
attention.
Yes, I think,
Each
I
one
just need
separately?
Steve to
Just
sign
Steve?
that
Okay.
one, I think. Or you could all sign it. Yeah, you could all sign it. That would be okay. And if we want to do it after the meeting, that's
Yep.
fine, because we'll have to sign the plans also.
Okay.
The second thing to be approved, I have the completed plan set for the M16 paving. It is scheduled to be let February 18th. So everything is turned in, it sounds like everything is ready to go. Last meeting, we went
Would
over
you say
the,
again where that's from?
it will go from the north end of Shelby up to F32, right west of West
Valley,
Valley.
okay.
So there's not quite 15 miles that will be relayed.
Okay.
So that will be a nice section to have done. Again, I know it's rough right now.
How many miles did you say that is?
Just short of 15.
15.
So that will be great to have it done.
Yeah, it'll make a lot of people happy.
Yeah, and like I said, last meeting, we did receive 1.8 million out of the MAPA funding, or the RPA funding. And total project, we're looking at just over 4 million, probably 4.1, 4.2, so.
It'll be ground off and then laid on
Yes.
top.
Yes,
So,
3 inches milled down and 3 inches get put back.
gotcha.
And then with all the base work and the full depth patching, that should take care of those spots. And again, as we go, if we take things off and things open up or unravel, we'll do some more patching during the project also, just to to stabilize any areas that are weak. So
Okay.
nothing too exciting on that. We've talked about it, I guess, for a couple of years. It's been spoken about, but you can,
So we have a bunch of millings in?
those all go back to whoever wins the bid, and that they are reincorporated in
They
to the
reclaim
new
them?
mix.
Okay,
We don't get our millings back, we'll get somebody else's, but somebody will get ours.
gotcha,
So,
okay.
since they are valuable,
Yeah.
they add monetary value into the project, so
Okay.
that's all within the bid.
Okay.
But if there's any questions or anything else about the project, otherwise it should be pretty straightforward, and it'll be nice to see that done. That'll be a big improvement.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the plans for the M16 bid letting?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Bryce, second by Charlie. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thanks for bringing us and getting it to us.
Yeah,
Get done with their one, go to Shelby.
that's right. Another corner of the county.
Yeah.
So I'll leave those there and we'll sign those at the end of the meeting. And just a couple of quick deals of what else we have going on. We did have a pipe fail on 900th Street, and this is right west of Aspen. The outlet end eroded and the pipe fell off. So we are going to go over there. Hopefully we'll have the excavator out there tomorrow. Start excavating, see what we find. If the weather holds, we should have it done, fixed up, stabilized prior to any weather. So that would be something good to have off our plate, and it's something that cropped its head up here just recently. So that's where we're going there. The snow plows are ready to go. We did go out yesterday morning quick and hit a few spots, so that way everything's ready. The sand and salt is also mixed up. I hope we don't need it, but we are ready to go out.
Okay.
And again, in the event of a severe emergency, our hours are 5 to 5. We don't run 24 hours a day, so 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then we pull plows. So
Yep.
please drive accordingly if we get to that point.
It takes 4 inches to go on the rock roads, correct?
That's right. And we do leave that up and try and leave about 4 inches on it just so we don't take rock
Right.
back off the roads.
That's-
And it seems to hold it a little bit better. You know, we don't go out and just scour, so.
Okay.
We'll see what winter does to us. It's early.
Do you have any equipment down or anything?
We have one loader that's down. Parts are coming in for that. So that is in repair. We've had a couple of the bigger trucks were down. I think everything is back running. Our newest truck that we've had issues with, it is finally back. I think it's ready to go. So after a year and a half of back and forth between different entities, I think it's ready to roll. So it'll be its maiden voyage.
Still hauling rock in?
Rock is still coming in, depending on, it is supposed to warm up the end of this week. We still do have a few places to put rock on the roads also. So we will be hitting a few
Yeah, it
more.
needs to warm up.
Yeah. So we'll see how the surface gets, and it sounds like 45 tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah, then down and weekend upper 40s.
Right, and I think next week is decent too.
Yeah.
So we are still trying to dress some spots up.
Yep.
And we'll just play it by ear.
Are we still getting rock up in Denison?
Yes, I haven't had any come in yet, but
Are they
They
still
will go
going
in.
yet? Because usually about this time they stop for freezing in the rail
oh,
cars.
that, yeah, and we've had our allotment come through Denison, but the freezing is another thing with the road gravel we are hauling out of Ball Lake. That is the same deal. When it starts freezing, it freezes in the trucks
Right.
coming down. So we will stop, and it does sound like they've been pulling some bigger chunks out in the haul we've done yesterday. So depending on the weather, that may come to an end
Okay,
also.
okay,
But we'll just play it and see how
Yeah.
it works.
okay. Appreciate the update.
That's what I have for today.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Chris.
Chris.
Thank you.
I'll leave those there.
Building and grounds fan coil replacement, Mark,
Yeah, those are the units,
like these?
yep, just like that. I was talking to Charlie, and Charlie said about 1979 is when they were put in. The motors fail. It's a few $100s to replace a motor now and then. There's a couple of units that don't work very well because they've corroded over the years, and you have to take them apart and spend several $100s flushing them out, and that doesn't always work. We found out in the assessor's office that they flushed it a couple of years ago. It lasted for about another year, and then something broke loose in it, and it's plugged up again. And we are on a program now to, with Carroll Control Systems, they're checking our, the coolant, the antifreeze in our system, and they're keeping that at the right levels to keep everything running like it should. The 8 years I've been here, I didn't even know it was required, to be honest. And they said, no, we'll keep it, keep the right mixture, water to coolant ratios in there, and we'll check it every year. So that's being done now. And
Will they come and flush these units out yearly?
no, you don't have to with the stuff they put in it.
Okay,
Yep, you don't have to anymore.
okay.
Yep. And then they, yeah, and so I got a quote on 2 units, 2 of them that we're having the most problems with. One's in the auditor's office. The reason I chose that is if there's something goes wrong, it's in our office, not somebody else's. And the one in the assessor's office, they have 3 units in there. And if one goes out, they still have heating and cooling enough from the other 2. But it is not working for cooling at all right now.
Is that south one?
Yeah, on the west wall. Yep. So anyway, and the total bid for those 2 are $18,085, and looking at the budget, there's money in capital.
Is that installed?
That's installed. And of course, it takes 8 to 16 weeks to get them.
Then the hope is we would continually say around 20,000 budget every year to replace a couple.
Yeah,
That kind of the goal,
yeah.
or that's what you're saying.
And if they start going out, the
Yeah,
county could
get a little
bond or
price.
do whatever they need to do, the heating and cooling and having the system
Okay.
workable in this building's,
It's a must, yeah.
yeah. To put it lightly, it's kind of needed.
Yeah. Yep. You guys have any other questions?
No.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the fan coil replacement 2 units, $18,085?
Second.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
In 40 years, that's
Yeah,
a
I know,
long time.
45, yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I'm surprised you can still get parts from them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's time. Okay, last thing, county-owned farm ground rent discussion. We tentatively set the date for the next meeting, the 17th, based off if we can get soil sampling done. It's a 4-year term for that. Cyclone C did get it done. Got the recommendations already, possibly if the weather cooperates. And the week first next week, gonna get it applied, so it'll be all ready to go. So I see no need to table off the bid process, so we would set the bid for 9 AM on December 17th. Had discussion with Mark, Chris yesterday. Get notices out. We have the bid packet ready. The bidders, couple important things, they have to put a 10% check of their bid along with the bid, and the outside of the envelope needs to state which farm they're bidding on. You need to say North Landfill or South County Farm, just so we know. That needs to take place. There's 145 more or less acres to the south one and 108 acres to the north. Okay? And the soil sampling, the fertilizer recommendations are all included in the packet. The county, because it's the start of a 2nd-year term of 4 years, it needs some lime again, so for the next 4 years, whoever the tenant is will pay a 4th. And the county pays all that up front, of course, to the supplier, and 10% down then, and the rest of it's due March 1st. But all the fertilizers due to the county by 31st of December. Any questions? You guys
All the
good with
bids
that?
need to be turned in by 4 PM,
you.
December 16th.
Right, the day before, 4 PM. Do you have any things to add, Marcus, or?
No, I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yep. The acres are the same as they've been for many years. So, okay?
Yep.
Do I have a motion then? We'll set the bid date for December 17th at 9 a.m.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried, and Mark will, I know he's working on getting advertising to the radio station and notices to the paper. So, and bid packets will be ready anytime, Mark?
They are ready.
They are ready.
They are ready. I just
Okay.
have to change, pencil in some numbers on them.
Okay. Okay. Guys have anything else? Anything from the public? Okay, meeting adjourned. Thanks, everybody.